After recent results, the Manchester United future of Ole Gunnar Solskjær has never been in more doubt. With that in mind, it's a good opportunity to see what the leading runner for the job could bring to United. Antonio Conte is currently the bookies' favourite, but what formation and tactical approach does he favour? Let's go to the whiteboard. We all know that Conte favours the three centre-back formation with wing-backs and the double pivot in midfield. But Conte's tactical approach to the rest of this formation was slightly different at Chelsea compared to Inter Milan. At Chelsea, Conte played with two inside forwards and a centre forward, creating a 3-4-3 formation. Having Matic at his peak when he could run, and the 2-for-1 player that is N'Golo Kante, allowed Conte to play with only two midfield players. At Inter, having nowhere near the same level of midfield players, Conte played the extra midfield player in the shape of Brozovic in front of the back three, with two centre forwards, creating a 3-1-4-2 formation. The other common denominator in Conte's approach is the attacking influence of his wing-backs. In possession, they push right up the pitch, playing as orthodox wingers, creating these huge attacking overloads. At Chelsea, Conte had all attacking avenues covered. The flanks with his wing-backs, the half spaces with his inside forwards, and his centre forward occupying the opposition centre-backs, but also dropping off the front line into midfield to link the play, opening up the centre forward position for one of his inside forwards to attack. There was a real fluency about Chelsea's forward play under Conte. Going to screenshots of Chelsea's 4-0 victory over Manchester United, we can see how advanced Chelsea's wing-backs are. Hazard is in the half space. Costa has dropped off the front line in between United's double pivot, with Pedro attacking the space vacated by Costa. At Inter Milan, the attacking approach was slightly different. It was standard that the wing-backs would play high, but with one less forward than Conte's Chelsea formation, Inter's two midfield players in front of Brozovic would push up the pitch to create a more central overload. Going to screenshots of Inter Milan's Champions League game against Real Madrid, we can see Brozovic in the single pivot role, with Vidal and Barella in much more advanced positions. Barella has attracted the attention of Ramos. Perisic has pinned Varane, leaving Martinez unmarked and in space in the centre of goal. A pass from Brozovic to Barella, who flicks a lovely ball around the corner to Martinez, who finishes well. Going back to the whiteboard, we can see that Inter have greater numbers in attacking positions than Chelsea. So where did Chelsea's extra attacker come from? Whichever side of the pitch the ball was on, the expectation was that the outside centre-back would push up the field, even beyond the double pivot. This was creating the overload in the wide to half space area of the field. Going to another screenshot of Chelsea's 4-0 victory over United, we can see the advanced position of Azpilicueta and the overload Chelsea have tried to create in the wide to half space area of the field. This has put huge pressure on United's defensive formation, forcing Pogba and Blind across the pitch to even out the numbers. Without the ball, Conte has been pretty consistent with his defensive approach. Conte's sides don't tend to high press. Instead, his forward line look to cut off the central passing options, forcing the opposition to filter the ball out to the full-backs. From here, Conte's wing-back will press the full-back to force a central pass, which is the trigger for Conte's mid-press. Going to screenshot of Inter Milan's Champions League game against Real Madrid, we can see how Inter have cut off the passing options into Real's midfield, forcing the ball to be filtered out to Mendy in the left-back position. Mendy decides to put the ball at risk by playing a pass into a central area. This is the trigger for Inter's mid-press. They get the turnover, which in the same phase of play leads to Perisic scoring. The Devils' verdict is Conte is a proven winner and has inspired younger managers to employ the 3-4-3 formation. After Louis van Gaal's attempt to be the first manager to win the Premier League using Conte's formation, which lasted all of 5 games, it seemed impossible that this system could win the Premier League. Conte proved that theory wrong. Conte will definitely improve us, but I feel we are lacking in key areas for this system. That is in midfield, the right wing back area, and probably up front also. He will need and demand a substantial budget if he is to take the job. Will the Glazers coffer? Please watch out for part 2 of this Conte series to see what team I think he will pick from the current crop. Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video.